Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Please take this moment now with helping me. Click here, subscribe. Next, click this bell. Next, ensure to click all. This helps you receive a notification when I posted my next videos. Next, click this thumbs up button after every time you watch my video. This pushes it up in the engagement ratings and means it will be suggested to more people, therefore is likely to get more views to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon page. Click show more. Scroll down. This link here, my Patreon, click on it. Select the membership. With this membership, you'll get access to all this information. Very good content. Saturday, July 3rd, 9:21 a.m. New York time. Your investment portfolio, your long-term investment portfolio, as well as your swing trades. You might be in a swing trade for several days, several weeks, several months, or doing dollar cost average into financial instruments for longer duration. Do you have it included in your portfolio for a sector for metals? Maybe you have 3%, 5%, 1%, whatever your money management is. You might have allocated your investment fund, nest egg, to be a certain percentage into metals, and metals such as gold, silver, copper, platinum. Yep. So I'm going to discuss and show you the futures of commodities, the spot price of gold and silver, as well as a bunch of underlying gold stocks. And we'll look at them, see which ones are looking strong, and if any of them are looking potential trade ideas for bullish. And you determine if you want to invest in that, as well what percentage of your portfolio, if you're not already in metal stocks, because maybe we're going to have a shift. Maybe we had some huge sell-off in the metal sector, and maybe it's going to be making a comeback soon. So we're looking here on the left, gold futures. Gold futures, gold, spot gold, trades in the futures market. That's not the stock exchange, that's the futures exchange. If you don't know, there's different exchanges for different financial instruments. You can check my other videos out to know more about that. So gold on Friday closed at $1,787.70 per ounce of gold. That's a lot of money, maybe, to some of us. Silver closed Friday, 26.595 an ounce. You could trade these in the futures market, the contracts. You could trade options on these futures contracts, as well as they have stock ETFs. And within the stock ETFs, they're mirroring the direction of the underlying commodities. But again, there are different exchanges, different hours, and different dollar costs of those. We'll get into those shortly. Let's first look at gold. Gold. So this yellow horizontal line is the high of this year. When you see these yellow horizontal lines, you know if it's the high of this year or prior year. But right now we're seeing gold has gone declining since the high of last year. And then again, each of these candles is a week. Since it's Saturday, the current candle's done. But we had this huge sell-off on gold. Broke below this consolidation, huge sell-off. And then it stopped right here, which is a demand zone. Buyers stepped in here. Then the week after that, this little candle, it's yellow. My yellow candles, I have coded that they represent that they didn't trade above or below the prior candle. That's an inside candle. Again, buyers, demand zone stepped in there. This week, this candle, this green candle, traded above and below that inside candle. Has a tiny little body and a long tail on the bottom. It occurred on the bottom of this trend. You could consider that as a pin bar and a bullish pin bar. It's not a hammer, because a hammer you want to see pretty much no tail on top, no shadow. Some people call these shadows, some people call them tails. Bada bing, bada boom. You decide what grammar you want to call them. Again, it's more of a bullish pin bar. So if you're bullish here, or thinking there's going to be a retracement, maybe it would go up to this yellow horizontal line. Huge candle, midpoint of it, I drew this yellow horizontal line, and future price action will determine what's going to happen. Maybe it would break above that. Again, you determine. It's your money. You have allocated at risk. Silver. Look at silver. Same. We'll have both charts side by side. Same thing. The high of the year up here for silver, but similar. 3 weeks ago, huge sell-off. And what happened here was that second week, we actually made a lower low than that big candle, where again, on gold, it was inside. So when then silver here on the right did that, it actually closed back inside that body. Again, demand zone, buyers stepped in here, it came down here. And then this candle for this week, again, huge shadow on the bottom, or tail, what you want to call it, and pretty big body. We had the momentum's to the upside. It's reversed. It's making higher highs. No, it made a lower low than that prior one, but the momentum's still to the upside because it closed above. That's good. Okay, we'll see who races faster if either one goes up to this yellow horizontal line. But I'm looking at this as bullish, both of them. I would use the faster time frames, which is time frames below that, the daily, the 4 hour. And maybe I wouldn't trade necessarily these two underlying future contracts. I might look at stocks. Or if I do trade these, I trade options on them in the futures market. So now this is a huge watch list I have here of metals. Metals and gold stocks. Let's look at those individual gold stocks. Some of them, not all of them. And each of these grids will be a 1 year duration, and each candle be 1 week. And we'll see which ones look like leadership, which ones may be reversing. The first one, AEM, Alpha Echo Mike. Similar, but again, trend is down, lower lows, lower highs, all red. And this could be determined as a hammer. Solid body, no tail on the top. The tail is about twice as long as the body. Hammer, it's on the bottom of a trend. That alone does not mean it's going to go higher. It could still go lower. Just again, that is a hammer occurring right there. I'm calling a hammer. Where this one, I would call this more of a bullish pin bar. Typically, pin bars have longer bodies, but this is still a pin bar, where this is a hammer. Got it? Candlestick charting. Yeah. So this is a potential trade idea. If we break above here and close above here, it's a potential reversal. Again, I would rather see this on the combination on a faster time frame, but I would still consider taking a trade on this weekly time frame. Alpha Uniform. There we go. Now this is pretty close to a hammer. It's got a little tail on the top. Again, small body, and the tail is about twice as long. So much more of a hammer than a pin bar. But we did not close above the high of this red. So I like to see next week's candle, when it completes, to close above this red candle. So we certainly have to close above the green candle, but take out the high of this red candle, close above it. And then you have a combination of 3 candles. And that particular combination is referred to as 3 side up. The first candle closes within the prior candle and not trade above it, where the next candle closes above both of those. That'd be a bullish trigger. Gold, GOLD. Yep. Again, you see similarity between a lot of these stocks. We're having these hammers and bullish pin bars. Yeah. So we have a thing that went down, and it started in the futures, and some of these gold stocks are mirroring it. Demand zone, buyers were here before. Consolidation, breakout to the upside, consolidation. So we came down, and demand zone buyers stepped in here. And again, maybe we build a consolidation, and from a consolidation, a breakout one way or the other. But I would watch these closely as potential swing trades. Foxtrot, Charlie, X-ray. Look at this, 2 weeks in a row inside candles. That's a consolidation building a wedge, and that wedge is going to break out one way or the other. Yep. Golf, Foxtrot, India. Similarity down here. Huge sell-off here. Come into the midpoint of this candle acting as a demand zone. November, Echo Mike. Well, same thing, consolidation. So again, these huge sell-off weeks we have, even if we go out and do a midpoint retracement, that midpoint retracement, not necessarily is going to happen all in 1 week, 1 month. It might take several days. You might have a consolidation, breakout, staircase pattern high like this, but maybe in a smaller trading range. So again, potential trade ideas that you may be able to have opportunity to be in those for several days, several weeks, or several months. Time will tell. Charlie Delta Echo. Yep, another one that's looking interesting. Again, I would wait for that third candle to close above that if I'm using the weekly time frame. But I would be looking for trades on some of these on the faster time frames, the daily as well as the intraday, the 4-hour candles for swing trades. Hotel Lima, similarity. Yep. Tango Hotel Mike, huge consolidation over several weeks. Here's the high for the year, and we're building a wedge, making tighter and tighter. And now 2 weeks back to back green. Again, tails on the bottom, and this had much more of a body on top. So it's been acting as demand zone. Buyers have been stepping in there. Yep. And look at that, close at $1.09. It's a penny stock. It's a penny stock. Penny stock is classified as anything under $5 as a penny stock. And they trade on different exchanges, but they're still penny stocks. Okay, let's look at some more gold. Some of these golds are more traded or more well known as other ones. So you got to do your due diligence. What is that due diligence? Make sure it has good liquidity, make sure the bid and ask have a tight spread. And these things change over time. They fall out of favor. Again, I'm mentioning this because if you're looking to invest in these longer duration, find out what institutions hold them. Are they buying more? Are they unloading them? That's free information. It's out there. It's regulated. So here's the high, Alpha, Golf, Charlie. There's the high for the year. And here we are now. Look at these small little bodies here doing consolidation. Alpha uniform, also smaller candles, building consolidation, and it's building a wedge. There's the high for the year. Look at that, below 50 cents, another penny stock. Alpha, Golf, huge consolidation over a time frame here. And it's been acting as demand zone down here. Buyers have been stepping in here. Bravo, Tango, Golf. Here's the high for the year. And we made a record new low for the year. But again, buyers stepped in here and brought the till. Delta, Bravo, Papa. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. The low for the year here. You'd be calling this two things. You could call this a hammer, solid body, long tail. The tail is more than twice as long as the body. That's good. And certainly it's a pin bar, and it's a bullish pin bar because huge long tail, small body. Look at this here. Again, a hammer. So you could call this as a pin bar, bullish pin bar. And it closed above. Actually, it didn't close above, but it made a higher high than that inside candle. So we have a consolidation phase here, and demands on buyers stepped in here. So the opportunity to trade long if you like this setup here. Echo, Golf, Oscar. Wow, another one, another huge pin bar and hammer. Because it has that little tiny tail on the top, small body, but the tail on the bottom is more than twice as wide as the body. So again, this is close enough for a hammer, certainly a pin bar. Yep. Again, I would rather see a close certainly above this high if I use the weekly time frame. If I want to be more conservative, then wait till some candle takes out the high of this candle here and closes green. But again, you would have to wait for a longer time frame, the weekly, so you could look at these faster time frames. Echo, X-ray, Kilo. Here's the high for the year, which this one's done much better. So here's the low for the year, and just recently had the high pull back. So this has more momentum to the upside. Looks like it's performing better. So if we have a reversal on here, this might even be better than some of the other underlyings. Whereas many of the other ones I've been showing you had the high earlier in the year. This had a high later in the year, so it was momentum to the upside. And we just ended here. Thank you for joining. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. Let me know what you thought about this video, and please let me know what you want to see next. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel. By going below and clicking on my PayPal link, you can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe.